In this short tutorial, I'm just going to show you how to set up your AWS CLI and configure it with an IAM user so that you'll be ready to start using the CLI and interacting with your AWS account. So it's going to be pretty short, I hope. I hope the IAM stuff is not going to just. So some of the prerequisites for this is just like, hopefully you have Python installed in your machine already. Otherwise, I think the installer should be able to take care of that if I'm not mistaken. But I have Python installed in mine. If you don't, and if you run into an issue, then be sure to install your Python environment before proceeding. So I'm just really going to get right into it. I'm going to use this. So first of all, we're just going to say apt install AWS CLI, like that. And then, we accept the installation over here. So once this is done, we're going to head off to the AWS console. So as you can see, it's installing the Ubuntu framework onto your system here. We're almost done. And we're unpacking the packages now. Okay, should take just a little while, and then we should be done soon. Okay, it's taking unusually longer than anticipated. In the meantime, we're just going to head up to the AWS console on this the other half of the screen, and see if we can try to log in. I'm just going to put this side by side. So to log in, you go aws.amazon.com. Like that. Okay, so since I already have an account, I'm just going to go ahead and log into my AWS account as soon as this page loads. Okay, so the installation here is done. To confirm that it's done, when you say AWS --version, it should be able to show us that some version of the AWS CLI has been installed, and we can proceed. Yeah, there you go. So that's the CLI version using Python 3.85, which is installed on my system, and then the Ubuntu framework that's in use over here. All right, so in order for us to be able to do anything, to be able to configure this, we need to create an IAM user. So I'm assuming by making this video that if you're watching it, at least you're familiar with IAM users on AWS. Otherwise, I'll probably try to make another video explaining that and how those work. So let's just go to the IAM console here. Right, and so we're going to have to create a user. So I have two users here. I'm just going to click on users and quickly add a user. So we're going to call this user, let's just say code in the cloud, like that, as a username. And what we want is programmatic access, and not necessarily the AWS Management Console, because what we're interested in is being able to use the CLI, the SDK, and the APIs from that point of view. So next we're going to go and add the permissions. So at this point, I'll just give it admin access. This is just for demonstration purposes. So it has full administrator access, so it can call all the APIs and stuff. However, if you need to create a user such as this one for a specific user that may only need, for example, S3 access, you could have something like this. So you need to create a policy to define to what extent does this user or can this user interact with your account. For the sake of this demonstration, I already have a policy for an administrator access, just to make things easier. But for security reasons, you might want to refine this if you have more than one person accessing your AWS account. So over here, I'm just going to say auto delete. This is just a tag that I'm going to say auto delete to none. Therefore, it should not be auto deleted for any reason. And you go next and review. So once everything is done and you have the name as code in the cloud and you verify that everything is okay, we go ahead and create the user. Okay, so our user has been created. So normally you download this Excel file, this .csv file rather, and then you'll be able to see what your access key and your secret key is. Seeing that we have both the terminal and the console open, we're just going to take advantage of this right here, and we're going to be able to show the secret as well. So you will copy the secret on this end here, like that. And then we'll come back to our terminal. On our terminal, just say AWS configure, like that. And then it says what is the access key ID. So access key ID is over here. So we want to see if we could copy this like that and paste it on this end. Press enter, and then it asks for the access key. In this case, this is what we have here, the secret access key. You paste it there as well, like that. And then you go ahead, the default region that I'm going to be using is US West 2, because that's the closest, well, perhaps it's the best region I could use. Then the default output for my is JSON. I'm going to set it to JSON. I think it's normally standard, but you might use a different one if you like. And that's it. So everything has been set up now, and you should be able to interact with AWS now that you have all of those things set up. So I'm just going to try and see if I can say AWS Lambda. I think list functions should be one of the commands that I should be able to do. Okay, there we go. So the fact that I got this information back listing all the Lambda functions that I have in that region, it shows that we have successfully set up the AWS CLI and configured it to use this particular user. So that's about it. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and leave a comment, or if you have any questions about this process.